And with me, I'm joined by our Police Chief, Todd Walden, our Assistant Police Chief, Tim Keefe, and Lieutenant Scott McGowan, who is heading up the investigation. So Sunday morning, yesterday, at about 9 o'clock, Cohoes Police, Fire, and EMS responded to number 4 Earl Lane Court. The call came from the homeowner's friend who had gone to that address to check the welfare of the resident and found her to be deceased. EMS and police confirmed that the victim, 41-year-old Amanda Rodriguez, was deceased. It's believed that the victim had been killed the previous day, Saturday. The victim resided with her boyfriend, 53-year-old Anthony Bichand, who is a local landscaper. Mr. Bichand, fair to say, has been identified as a person of interest in the case. His vehicle has been tracked via license plate readers to the North Country, and the vehicle itself was located by state police up in Franklin County by the Canadian border. His whereabouts are unknown at this time. Ms. Rodriguez purchased a home about 10 years ago, and there is no record of police calls to that address over that period. We want to thank the New York State Police, who have invested significant resource in this investigation, their major crime unit, their forensic identification unit. We also want to thank Albany County District Attorney Lee Kindlin, who personally responded to the scene. And I think it goes without saying that our thoughts and prayers are with the victim's family. And at this time, I'll open the floor to questions, technical questions to the police. They may or may not be willing or able to answer at this time, but feel free to shoot.
You're talking about the cause of death? The autopsy is taking place at noon today, so I wouldn't want to speak on that until that's officially released.
Can you talk about the search that's going on now, what the public can do to help, whether it's center or the before?
Well, right now I believe most of the search is centered up in Franklin County because that's where the vehicle was located. In addition to the agencies that the mayor mentioned, we also have the New York State Forest Rangers and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol who are aware and actively searching for the suspect. We're using all the resources that we possibly can to find this person and determine what took place. We have no way of knowing that because his truck was just left there in that area. They're searching that whole area. If you're not familiar with it, it is a pretty wooded outdoors type of terrain there, and they're doing the best that they can to find where he may be. We believe that the victim's mother had not heard from her, and because she lives some distance away, she actually called this person to go over and check on the residence.
And what led you to identify distribution?
Through the investigation, it was determined that his truck was seen at the residence, and then his truck was seen leaving the residence shortly after the incident took place.
Was there at any point any other suspects, or was it pretty clear from the beginning?
Well, we don't rule out anyone, but obviously if you determine that someone has a relationship and has, again, someone that they live with in the same residence, you're going to probably start with that person first and foremost, but look into every possible scenario.
Was there any just prior incidents to this arrest?
No, as the mayor said, we had no calls up there at all to that residence for either one of them. We have no history with either one of the people either. I'm not sure if it was at an intersection. We just know that that's where the truck was located. Again, through the use of the license plate readers, they were able to determine that it was up in that area, and then did the boots on the ground type of searching for it, and then found the truck. I don't know the details as to the condition of the truck or exactly where it may have been located.
And mechanical police has mentioned that he has ties to that area?
I believe that has come up. What the ties are exactly, I don't know. It's a possibility he lived there previously, but I'm not certain.
Do we know what direction
If he left Cohoes and he was up towards Malone, I'm just assuming he's traveling northbound, but from that point, we don't know. As a precaution, we're going to put out there, obviously, that he could be armed and dangerous, just like the state police press release referred to. We have no way of confirming 100% if he's armed, but due to the circumstances of what we're investigating, everyone should treat him that way. And that's why it's been said, do not approach him. Just contact the authorities if you believe you've seen him. Don't know much about the victim, again, because we weren't there for many police calls. Unfortunately, we just know, again, she's 41 years old, and unfortunately, this happened to her.
This is your first homicide of the year?
Correct.
Has anything you want to say to the public?
Just again, we are using all resources available. We always work well with the state police. They had upwards of 20 investigators here yesterday. They're continuing that today, and that we're pulling out all the stops, and no one's going to rest until this comes to a conclusion.
He lived there.
He did live at the residence with her, yes. Well, at the time that we know that she wasn't the only one living in the residence, and you can't find or get a hold of the person that was living with her, and you also find out that the truck was there and the truck left, it's just somebody that you're, of course, you're going to want to talk to at first as a person of interest. It just makes sense no matter what the situation would be. Then you start to talk to friends and neighbors and everybody else who may have any information.
Is there any evidence that this was a pre-planned attack, or does it seem?
We don't have any information on that at this time.
Did neighbors say that they had heard anything the day before? That's when you believe that she was killed?
I don't want to speak on that right now.
Are the dangerous legally? Can he legally possess?
I don't know about that. We have no indication that he has or doesn't have a firearm at this time. Again, that's the use of the license plate readers. So when we put out a description of the vehicle, we find out what vehicles are registered to him through his license plate. We can put those into a database, and then it will tell us where that vehicle license plate has been hitting off the license plate readers that are spread throughout the Capital District, actually throughout the country and beyond, so that we can track those vehicles that way.
Does the shop have a history of any criminal?
He does not have any criminal history, correct? None whatsoever that we've located.
Is he from?
Not originally.
Is that, just follow on that, is that unusual in a case like this, where, you know, you have a homicide suspect that has really absolutely zero criminal history whatsoever?
There are a lot of things about the case that are unusual. Again, the fact that we have a low rate of homicides, and that particular area of Cohoes is very quiet, and generally, you know, nothing of this type takes place. So every situation is different. You know, you can't really predict one way or the other, all the circumstances surrounding something.
Do you have a message for residents who might feel a little bit uneasy right
I would like to just know, again, that we're doing everything that we can to locate him. I would like this to come to a peaceful resolution. I can't say that, you know, there's no threat out there. There's somebody who's done a horrific act, you know, and committed a homicide as far as we know. So while that person is out, there's a concern we have, which is the same concern that was put out by the state police in their press release, that, you know, under an abundance of caution, consider this person to potentially be armed and dangerous, and to be somebody that we definitely need to speak to about what took place. The last one, I believe, was over 2 years ago. It was on Main Street. Is that correct time? I think it was 2023, if I'm not mistaken. If they started it at noon, it usually takes a couple of hours. Dr. E.G. is the name I was told. Okay.
Well said?
Is Amanda Rodriguez, AMA-NDA, Rodriguez, RODRIGUEZ, age 41. And the suspect is Anthony, common spelling, middle is G as in George, Bechand, Bechand, age 53. And certainly, we will also update everyone as to, you know, the results as they're coming in for every step of the investigation that we can let the media know about.
So we don't know if we'll be inflated to be in bottom or.
It's completely an unknown factor at this point.
So the investigation is ongoing. There's, a manhunt, if you will, up north searching for this person. So I imagine there will be more information developing over the next 24, 48 hours. So, we'll do our best to keep you updated.
Sorry, I wasn't here at the beginning, so I was just wondering basically when I guess.
Please respond around 9:15 on Sunday morning.
Chief, I just have one question. Are you in contact with community, just given that things are
I don't have any information on that. Again, I know our law enforcement counterparts up on the border are handling that side of things. We're more handling the investigation in what took place here in Cohoes, but that's why we reach out to those partners, because they're the better ones to be dealing with that kind of situation up there.
So U.S. Customs and Border Protection is aware, and the Canadian border, where it's not physically manned by an agent, there's all sorts of sensors along the border. So should this person, cross one of those sensors, the alarms go off and they respond pretty quick.
You mentioned she was overwhelmed with your consideration of her occupation.
Not this
Did you leave any weapons in the car?
I don't know right now. They're still doing search warrants. There's many search warrants that are going out there for electronic devices, locations, residences, and vehicles that have been worked on since yesterday and are continuing to be worked on.
So we always got originally from we know where it is.
I don't know the different places that he may have lived before he ended up in Cohoes.
Were there any children in the residence?
No.
Was there anyone? I noticed that it besides those two, was it just them at the residence living there?
The only two that we have on record living at the residence were the two, the
Okay.
victim and the suspect.
Anything you guys can think of? Ed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.